Honestly, you guys, I would have never moved to New York. Girl. I was like, I quit. So we're on a new journey. I may have to give up the name, mitigate any damages. Yes, this is broken. You and my business don't do that. Seven figures. Where are you, success? Where are you at? Face can't never decline like God.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. Today is another life update because y'all, it's so much going on, yet like nothing. So we're gonna just chit chat and jump right into it, y'all. I am sitting at my new desk area, which I love. If you guys have not caught up on my vlogs, definitely make sure you guys are catching up. I took like a unintentional break, which was needed. Honestly, you guys, I should have waited to move. Like, part of me is like, I should have waited to move because I still had my apartment in Birmingham and I still have my car situation to deal with. But then the other part of me was like, if I didn't move when I moved, I would have never moved to New York. And I 1000% do not regret moving to New York. I regret the way that, not even regret, I just wish I would have done it more seamlessly. But then everyone's like, girl, moving to New York is never seamless, baby. You're gonna have something. So I feel like it worked out. Anyway, let me get y'all situated. Okay, is this good? Okay. I'm trying not filming here, child, because it's natural light. My skin is so happy right now. I will link my current skincare phase right now. I've been trying to use Like to Know It, LTK. Follow me on LTK. If you guys are like, where are the links? I'm trying to put every single link that you need on my LTK. One-stop shop. You go there, you follow me. Any link you need now, later, they're on there, okay? Please, follow me on the LTK. It's just going to make it seamless when it comes to links and for me and for y'all and for opportunities because I'm trying to just be more intentional this year, you know? Like, I'm easing into the year. I said Q1. I'm going to give myself grace Q1. And after the end of February, which is coming to a conclusion, I should be able to breathe a little bit better because my apartment situation will be set up, my car situation will be set, everything will be concluded. In Alabama, I will finally get to move on, okay? Anyway, so I have nothing on my face because I'm trying to just get back on top of it. I don't know, is it just me? Like, I just feel like this year is just like, not that it's, well, it's not, I wouldn't say bad per se. I would just say it's just not going how I thought it would. Like, I was just on such a high, like, oh, this 2024, and then the new year started off like chaotic, and then it's just been like kind of one thing after the next. But I feel like I'm feeling this now, and like I can also feel the light. Like, I can see the light, I can feel the positivity that I'm moving into, I can feel the abundance, I can feel like this is the year. I feel it despite my circumstances, and I think that says a lot. Like, that to me is faith, because I feel like this year trying to take me out. I'm like, Jesus, Lord, okay, toughest soldier package. I would like to opt out, please. Personally, I would like to opt out. I also made a little checklist of topics because I was like, child, what do I need to update these folks on? Because I feel like my last life update, I thought of some other things I should have talked about, and I didn't because I forgot. Even though I had a list. So I feel like I'm probably gonna figure some things in here anyway. The first topic, also, all products will be linked down below. How can I say this? I feel like I mentioned it in my last video, or I've been kind of mentioning it, but it has been very clear to me that I am the problem. I'm the problem. I have been holding myself back, and it is insane now that I can actually see it. My energy level has just been up and down lately. One is the stress of like everything going on, but on top of that, it's like, why am I holding myself back? I don't know if it's like imposter syndrome. I don't know if it's because I'm like consuming way too much content, because I have been consuming way too much. The goal for me, at least as a creator, entrepreneur in this industry, is to create more than I'm consuming. That has always been like in the industry, and I have been doing the opposite. I have been consuming so much because my thing is like, I want to be more knowledgeable. I want to have this. I want to know this. I'm trying to make sure I'm up to date on this and that, and then I'm not actually creating, or I'm not actually taking the time to fuel my creativity. I've just been distracted by other people's stuff. Found it. That has been a really, really hard pill to swallow, you guys. But now that I know that, I feel like I can move forward with more clarity, with more intentionality, and more honesty with myself. Go back to the how bad do you want it phase. When I was in that phase, in that era, when I was just like, nope, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? The life that you desire, how bad do you want it? So whenever I find myself like in that situation now, that's what I'm doing. How bad do you want it? And stop comparing yourself and stop thinking there's only one way to get to success. There's just not. And honestly, I wouldn't even be able to think like this if it wasn't for my therapist. Like, she's the one that asked me, I don't know if you guys been following me for this long, but the first question my current therapist asked me when we first started, like now it's been like 2 years or more, was, who are you? Who are you? That was the first question she asked me. Oh my God, I almost started crying because I remember when she asked me that, and I was shocked that I couldn't even, I had no idea. Like, as soon as she asked me that, my mind went blank. Like, I was like, oh, and I didn't know, like, do I say career me? Do I say personal me? What category did she mean? Or who I am as a person? Like, who I am outside of these accolades and these titles. It was so hard for me to answer that. Now I can answer it, but it was so hard. And so honestly, I'm just forever grateful for BetterHelp, which is why I'm so excited to be partnered with BetterHelp on today's video. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video in this portion. But I've been thinking back to that version of me where I was just trying to figure it all out and realizing that there was a point in here where I was like, nope, I already know everything. I already got it. I'm good. And no. Seasons come, seasons shift, we grow, we change, and I think I'm in this new change, in this new shift where I'm almost posing myself that same question. Like, who are you? Who do you want to be? Who have you been that you enjoy? Who have you been that you don't enjoy? It's just a question that I haven't asked myself in a really long time, and I'm feeling like it's time for me to ask that question again. Who are you? With that being said, I'm going to share with you guys some topics you guys can talk about with your therapist. I think this is going to be helpful because if you've never been to therapy, you're probably like, girl, what am I even supposed to talk to them about? Like, what do they want from me? Who's this person? What do they want? They want my business. They're my business. And yeah, they in your business, but for good reason. They want you to know your business better than anybody else, which is why there are certain topics that I find really beneficial to talk to with a therapist. So I made me a little list, of course. So the first question or topic that I think you should talk about with your therapist is, who am I? Who are you? And yes, you could talk about the career. Yes, you could talk about all the, the beautiful things that you've accomplished and the people that value you, whether you're a mom or you're a wife or you're a dad or you're a boyfriend or you're a sibling or you're a friend, etc., 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 right? But who are you outside of all that? Who are you outside of being XYZ in your career? Who are you? Are you someone that is adventurous? Are you honest? Are you caring? Are you loving? Are you a nurturer? Who are you? That's a great starting point. The next thing is talking about close relationships in childhood. I feel like this is like typical therapy topics, but I feel like maybe not. So I think this is an area you should definitely bring up with your therapist and have that discussion, like just about your family dynamic, your thought process, how you were raised. Honestly, this also is like good topics that can help when it comes to like dating too, because you can find the root of a lot of problems in your close relationships in your childhood, okay? And giving grace to your, parents and people that raised you, guardians, because they can only teach you what they know, okay? That's something that really helped me just give grace to family over the years, because if they don't know, how can they teach you? Another topic is heartbreak. So I think when we think about heartbreak, we automatically think, oh, this has to do with a romantic heartbreak. But as some of y'all know that's been here, I've had friendship breakups and heartbreak with that, and heartbreak with like changing careers, and lots of things can bring upon heartbreak. Heartbreak does not only have to be in the context of a romantic relationship. That's just not the only place that heartbreak lies. I don't know what happened. My camera turned off. We're talking about heartbreak, but y'all get it. We can move on from that one. Another topic that I think you should talk about with your therapist is routines and work-life balance. I talked about that a lot with my therapist because that's one area that I struggle with personally. Like, it's just so hard. It's like there's so many things I want to do, but there's only so much time to to get it done. So she really helps me like try out different routines and give me suggestions. And honestly, it just kind of also made me look at myself and be like, you're not utilizing your time wisely. It's not about necessarily the routine that you have. It's about the in-between. So like sometimes it's not even the morning routine or the night routine. It's the in-between, the day-to-day, the work day, the time blocking routines. And trying out different things that work best for you. And they might not be, you know, traditional or what other people do. So she really helped just like shed light on that, which is funny because I'm kind of going back to some of those same practices and things that she taught me, which is why the BetterHelp platform I love, because it allows you to go back and remind yourself of the things that your therapist told you on the platform, whether it's via text or via audio message. And then they have so many other features where you can talk with them. Let's say you're like, I don't have time to get on a video call. Okay, I just don't. Okay, let's say you're like that. You can do a phone call. You can just stick to just using the messages in the app. Or you can just write in the journal aspect of the app and then share it with your therapist that way. Listen, we all communicate differently. Okay, that's one thing I know and two things for sure. So having different forms to communicate is helpful. Also, when it comes to these topics, some of the topics I'm like, I want to get on video and talk to you. Other topics I'm like, I'm just gonna send a voice note. Because maybe I'm like not really comfortable, or I don't know how to express myself, or it just gives me a way to communicate in the way that I feel comfortable with. So I don't know. I just really like BetterHelp. Y'all know that. And when you find a platform and when you find a therapist and when you find a method that works when it comes to your mental health, it just works. And that's not to say it was easy. It took me some time, you guys. It took me time to find what works. Like it really did. It may seem like, oh, I got my therapist and it was great the first try. It was not like that. It was not like that. And it was on BetterHelp too. I have done in-person therapy as well, but I just like, honestly and truly, I just prefer to do it online. It goes with my schedule. It's super flexible. I just like it, and I like the BetterHelp platform personally. But you gotta find what works best for you. You can always try it out. I will leave a link on the screen so you guys can try it out. If you're like, you know what, Cameron, I'm finally ready to do this. You've been talking about this since last year. I'm finally ready to go ahead and get into Miss BetterHelp. I just am a huge advocate for mental health and the importance of it. And sometimes you just need to try it. And sometimes you just need to try a different therapist. And sometimes you need to just try a different form of communicating. And sometimes you need to just allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to heal. And sometimes that healing happens with a therapist. Oh, and another topic that my therapist really ate me up on, and I was like, girl, now my sponge got a hold on. Anyway, another topic my therapist was like, girl, I was talking about how my dreams or my goals or something like that. And I was like, yeah, like I know this is gonna happen. Like I know I wanna do this. Like I know I'm gonna achieve this. And she was like, you say you know it, but do you believe it? I was like, but seriously, like sometimes our beliefs are holding us back. Kind of going back to what I'm struggling with lately is, why am I holding myself back? Or why do I feel like I'm holding myself back? Or why am I taking actions that are holding me back, if that makes sense? Do I believe I can achieve the things that I'm saying? Do I believe that I can achieve the things that I know good and well I can accomplish and that will happen? But do I believe it? Because if you don't believe it, it can't happen. It just can't. Because you're not in alignment. So I'm like, oh, why don't I believe it? What am I scared of? You know? So those are just some topics that I like to talk to my therapist with. So make sure to check out BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Cameron so you guys can check them out. Those are just some topics, but there are so many topics you can talk about with your therapist. Sometimes it's just like a vent session where I'm like, I have so many thoughts and things that I just want to like get out to someone that is a third party, that is a professional, that isn't actually directly involved in my life, and I just want to get it out. And that's really nice too. So I quit. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I quit. Because I never wanted to do it anyways. I know you're like, Cameron, what is it? So, for those that don't know, I have had I guess it was like a coaching program called the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator. And with the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna use this. With the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, it was like perfect. I'm like, okay, this is for lawyers who want to get into social media, kind of do something similar that I'm doing, and I can teach them like social media tips, tricks, skills, etc. Great idea. The only thing is, I've always said that I didn't want to be a coach. Like, I've always said, like, I don't like courses, I don't like coaching, I just don't like it. But the struggle is I like to speak. I like speaking. I love that. I think that's definitely aligned with my passion and purpose. Speaking, master classes, webinar, in-person, virtual events, PowerPoint stuff. I love that kind of stuff. But coaching, I always was like, I don't really like it. I just don't really like it. But when you're in the entrepreneurship space, and this is kind of some of the stop scrolling so much or stop, it's good to have mentorship and to be inspired by others, but take people's advice with a grain of salt. Do what works best for you, right? But I'm like, oh, they got these high ticket items and you can make this much money and da 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 da. And I've always been like, I pride myself in not just doing things for money. Like, I've always been like that. There's been things that I've said no to that people have been like, girl, just do it, you know? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna just do something. But this was something where it was like, I'm not necessarily against it. I just don't really like the idea of me doing it. Like, I think it's important, but I just don't like the process of it, right? I don't feel inspired to do it. I just don't want to do it. And as an entrepreneur, it's like, why am I doing so much that I don't want to do, right? But whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm bringing Leah back. I have requests. I was excited. Mind you, this was all before I knew I was moving. Like, moving was not on my radar until October, literally. So I had been planning Leah, promoting Leah, recorded Leah videos that ended up messing up somehow. Child, it's been a whole thing. It literally was like everything was telling me, like, don't do it. And I still was like, nope, I'm gonna do it because it's gonna be good money, it's gonna get good exposure, it's gonna be amazing for me to find like lawyers that I wanna add to my team by them going through my service. So I know they're like trained by me, things like that. Like, that was my thought process, which is a good thought process. But I moved, Leah started, and I had to quit. Like, I was like, y'all, I don't even have the capacity right now with the transition of moving, and like, it's just been so much. It's been so overwhelming. And then having to coach and show up for others when I was barely showing up for myself, I couldn't do it. So I'd rather maintain my integrity by telling the ladies, hey, I can't do this, and refunding them. And Cameron here. And then to make matters worse, I got fraud on my business account. They wouldn't send me a new card. They canceled my old card. We went to my old address. I don't live there anymore. I tried to get the card to me. I couldn't refund the girls. It's been a whole thing, but they're getting their refund. Then continuing to do it knowing it's not going to be up to the standard that I know I can do, because I don't have the capacity to even do that. But it was really hard. It was extremely difficult to admit that, tell them, refund the money, all the things. It was just like, I can't do this in good faith. Like, I can't do it. Not that the class or the course would be like, you know, bad or anything. I just literally was like, I can't. Not this little bump trying to come. Yeah, so I was like, I can't. So I quit doing the Lawyer Impulse Accelerator. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, honestly. I probably won't. If I did it, it would be like in person or something like that. But I don't want to do virtual coaching. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's different if I'm doing like clarity calls and things like that. And I may change my mind later on, but I'm 99.99% sure I don't want to do that. I loved the workshop tour. And I think part of that was like, it's nice to like do stuff like that with someone else. Not that I would never do like in person by myself, but I liked that because it was in person. I think I just did not like doing Leah virtual. I don't like it. I didn't like it. I don't want to do it again. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I just don't see myself as like that coach, even though it's like hard, because when you talk to entrepreneurs, all you hear is like coaching, do coaching, high ticket, VIP day, coaching. I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to do that. Like, it's different with when I'm doing like clarity calls and things like that, one-on-one, or even in group settings, master classes, webinars, CLEs, speaking like that. I'm cool with, and I like that. Like, I find value in that for me and others. But just the coaching, I don't like it. And sometimes it feels like, it almost felt like you're being dumb because there's good money in it, and all the coaches and all the people say do coaching. Some even people I admire, like they have a coaching program, but it's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. And I think I'm back to the point where I'm like, I'm just spreading myself so thin. Like, I thought I narrowed it down. It's like, what do you like to do? I'm not even doing those things. Like, I really miss just creating content, like photos and videos and stuff like that. And I need to get back to that and just add the educational aspect to it. And it's hard to do that when I want to be like, I guess for lack of a better word, like more traditional in the creativity, but educational in the context of the creativity. I don't know, but that's where I'm at. I miss creating. I'm tired of doing the traditional entrepreneurship coaching thing. I don't want to do that. So we're on a new journey, as always. So with that being said, I'm also in a trademark battle, I guess, for lack of a better word, with the legal T. And it's so frustrating. And I want you guys to learn from my mistake. If you have a brand name, a phrase, something that you think is unique, that is going to last you a long time, get it trademarked. I have used the term the legal T before, the person that filed first, but they did file first. But I have had it in use much longer than they have. But it's still an expensive and stressful thing, because now I'm like, okay, do I just come up with a different name and not even deal with the hoopla of the back and forth? Or do I battle it out no matter what? And honestly, I want the name, but it is expensive and time consuming and stressful. And yeah, it's just like, well, then do I continue to use the name? I don't know. So it's put a lot on hold as far as like the legal T and my dream for the legal T, because I may have to give up the name. You never know, right? You never know. So it sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. I'm thankful I have Cameron trademarked, so that's a blessing. But yeah, I'm just in this transitional, like, uncomfortable phase still. And I thought, okay, like once I move and give me a month, I would be good, and I'm not. So, like, I'm good, but, you know, it actually leads me to the next topic, which is financial mistakes I made in my 20s, y'all. I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram. This is just one area I've always felt uncomfortable with. And I'm just going to pop on the screen what I posted on Instagram so I'm not, like, repeating myself, because, yeah. So yeah, that's the gist of that. So money has just not always been a thing for me. And mistakes I made in my 20s, credit cards, racking up credit card debt, stupid. Student loans, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but them law school student loans, I got a full time, like a full ride somewhere. In hindsight's 2020, right? So, but then again, it's like maybe I wouldn't have the same experiences. I would say racking up the student loans is a mistake because I think career-wise it's worth it for me. But I would say not really understanding like what that meant is a mistake. Like really understanding and making a smart decision about it and making sure that I'm also like applying for scholarships and things like that. Like I had a couple scholarships, but I wish I could have really applied for more. And I just didn't understand. I don't know. It just seemed like I just didn't understand. That's the best I could put it. I just really didn't understand the extent of what student loans, like having student loans means. I really just didn't understand. Coming up with these off the top of my head, because I only wrote down on my little note financial mistakes. I didn't write like what were some. I would say spending money I don't already have. And I never did that until it happened once. One time, and I used to always say, I never spend money I don't have. Because I didn't get my first credit card until I was in law school. Then I got a second credit card when I went full-time entrepreneurship, just as a backup. But I have high limits, and they just kept raising because I would pay it off, and I didn't understand the concept of that. Like, I couldn't really digest it, I don't think. Like, I knew, but I didn't know. But I had this brand deal on the table, and I didn't get it, and I was spending money as if I was going to get it. Stupid. Also, before I quit, I didn't understand the concept of, like, 30 days. Like, I'm doing the work now, I won't get paid for 30 days. Mind you, that was happening to me before, but when you're full-time as a creator or as an entrepreneur in general, I was like, oh, like, whatever. Like, that's not that bad. Yes, it is. And for me, I look back and I try not to, like, really beat myself up about it, because it was like, girl, you have been on your own since you're 17. Like, you are aware of bills. You are aware of that. But it's almost like when you don't have a lot of money and then you get a lot of money, that's a hard transition versus just not having money. Like, don't get me wrong, and I don't want nobody to be like, that doesn't make any sense. You must. I've been broke, like, go to the pawn shop broke. So don't, please, I don't want to hear shit about that, okay? But when you go from not having money to your first time getting money in your 20s, okay, I was young. I'm still young now, but, like, it's a totally different jump. It's almost like you have to get it out your system to, like, F up your money for a second there, and then you can get it. And I'm in the, like, okay, now I'm trying to do better. And it was like, oh, that means I have to deal with all the mistakes I made before. So that's just the phase I'm in. I've always been pretty responsible overall, but there was a couple years in there, really like a year and a half, where I was just like, fuck, F it. Like, I'm just about to live. Like, I'm so tired of, like, I'm just tired of struggling. I'm tired of not spending money when I have it. I'm tired of not experiencing. I'm tired of not, and I just took that way too far. Because there's a way to do that in a smart financial way. That also was during the time where I always had uncomfortable and shame around money. So I should have been open and upfront with my accountant at the time and been like, this is all the money this is what's going on. I want to do this. Can I afford it? And, like, heeding to her advice, where now it's like, I listened. I should have been listening. Hell. You know, it's like, almost like, I don't know. Hindsight's 20/20. Nothing I can do now but try to mitigate any damages, basically. And I'm slowly but surely making it make sense when it comes to, okay, I need to start a retirement. You know what I'm saying? I need to pay off my credit cards. I need to figure out my student loan debt. How do I want to tackle that? Things like that, where, like, I have the high yield savings, things like that, like some of the, like, entry level things. Okay, high yield savings, cool, all that stuff, cool. But I need to, what does that next level look like? It's almost like I'm trying to prepare now for that jump of income so that I'm not shocked again, and so that I can have the right tools and resources and things in place. Going from, like, low six figures to even mid or high six figures or seven figures are large jumps. Making $100,000, cool, been there, done that. Making $300,000, totally different lifestyle. It's totally different. To me, maybe some people are like, that ain't nothing. To me, that's the jump. So I'm trying to prepare for the change as I continue to elevate, because I've always said, like, I won't say the exact year just yet, but my 30s is going to be my millionaire decade. Like, I don't know. I have a goal year when I want to reach the millionaire status, but it's in my 30s. And now that I'm 30, I'm like, okay, you need to get it together. Okay? And prepare and prep. Because it's on the way. It is on the way. And yes, this is broken. You in my business, don't do that. But I want to be ready. I want to be prepared. I'm not going to allow the mistakes and I just didn't know. I just didn't know, you know? And now I'm older. I have resources. I want to know. So last year, like, my goal was to really learn more about finance, stuff like that. And I just didn't. I was just not ready. I wasn't ready to give myself grace. I'm going to say that. And now I'm ready. I'm ready to elevate my financial literacy. I'm pretty good at budgeting, so that's a bit of it. But I just need to actually stick to my budget for one, but add in saving as a important factor to budgeting, because if saving is an important factor to budgeting, you ain't gonna have as much as a budget for everything else, right? But I also want to still like live, because life isn't promised. Some of that comes from, I've said this I feel like all the time, but I've lost a lot of family members. Like seeing as I get older, people are like I lost my first family member, or like I lost my grandparents. And for me, I feel like I've already went through that phase where you go through the first time you lose somebody that you really care about. I've kind of already experienced that. I mean, of course, like, thank God I haven't lost a parent or anything yet. Thank God. But, I have to film, so I cannot. So, seeing some of that, I just was like, well, forget this. Like, I'm trying to live. I don't want to, say no to everything. So I'm trying to find a balance between like learning to say no and then saying, you know what, I can say yes to this. I can make this sacrifice. I can make this work. And that can be really hard, because I realized that I was in this bad habit of like one phase I would be like, I'm not spending any money. I would spend no money. I'm looking for what is it? I don't know what happened with my little sponge, but I would be like, no, I'm not spending any money at all. And then 2 seconds later, I guess I would just like go too far with that, where it's like, you're not spending any money, you're not spending any, like, you're just staying in the house, where I'm like, finally, when I go out, and then I spend too much. It was like very either don't spend anything or spend everything. So this year, I'm trying to find that balance between the two, where it's like, no, you could spend a little consistently, so then you don't feel like you're completely missing out on everything, but you're also not just blowing money. Like, it's wild. Anyway, so to me, that's just a really hard topic, so that's why I feel like I've talked about it a lot. But I don't want money to be a hard topic, and I want to share now, because I don't want to hear nothing. Like I said on my Instagram post, I don't hear nothing when I'm screaming 7 figures, 7 figures, 7 figures, 7 figures, 7 figures, and I'm traveling, I'm living the life that I know I deserve and that I know I'm about to have. I don't want to hear none of y'all say, she always had it. Why she bragging? Because I worked my butt off, and I deserve it. And I am going to be a good steward of the money that God is going to provide to me. Period. Money is a tool. It's going to allow me access. Y'all don't hear me. Somebody hear me, but y'all don't hear me. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I also had 2 other topics. Maybe this other one I can make into a video, but I do want to write a book. There's been things that, honestly, you guys, I feel like, I don't know what mascara I want to use. Do I want to use YSL? This is the waterproof one, or do I want to use the Lancome? I'm gonna use the Lancome, because the waterproof one is like, girl, I don't need all that today. Ooh, and my lips. Okay, this is the Clarins lip oil. Let's put a little child, because the way these lips, ooh, and it smells so good, the Clarins. Anyway, okay, writing a book. When I tell you guys, there's been some things that have been on my mind for years, and I'm like, why am I not doing it? Years, and one of those things is writing a book. And I was just scrolling on Instagram, and I saw several people. I met actually a few people when I went to Austin, because I'm a part of Notability Squad, period, for their year-long brand ambassador program. But anyway, I met a few people that wrote books. I feel like I keep seeing people writing books. Like, I keep meeting people that wrote books. I keep seeing it everywhere. Like, write a book, successful bestseller. Like, I keep seeing it, and I'm like, Lord, it's something that's been on my heart, something that's been on my mind. I don't know where to start. It's intimidating. Like, I don't even know. Like, do I write the book first? And I'm like, Cameron, if you really want this, I need you to stop being lazy. Research, look it up, take the time to do it. But I think it comes down to like, I have so many other things on my mind, like finishing up like my Birmingham apartment situation, finishing up my Jeep situation, finishing up all these things, that it's hard for me to like take time to like research other passions and other just business ventures right now. That's a privilege to be able to like research and take the time to like do something different and unique. I've been struggling, y'all. Just trying to figure out, where do I start with that? Do I self-publish? Do I get a publisher? Like, I don't know. But I am going to start that this year. I've already started the book and like my idea for it and all that. Like, I've already kind of started it. But I don't know like what's proper. Like, do I write it? Do I get a publisher first? Do I? What I will be doing is trademarking the name. Okay. That's what I will be doing. Not the kids. Where's the kids? Oh, I see them out there. Oh, you guys. These are, good problems. Good problems. It's really hard to talk and do mascara, so honestly, this is a skill. I'm gonna show you guys the difference. You see? This side. I already started over here, so, but. And then the last topic is I was just gonna talk about how God is so good, which I already been talking about that period. The last topic is how I'm about to create a strict routine for myself, but I think I'm gonna just do a video on that. Do y'all like topic-based videos? I love watching them, and filming them is fun, but it's just more thought out. Like, it's not like vlog where I just put up the camera, right? Like, it's much more thought out, but what do you guys think? You guys like those? I'm about to put myself on a really strict schedule for the next month or so. Like, a really strict routine. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be able to, like, have fun or, like, go to events or anything like that, but it's about to be strict. I'm gonna show you guys, if you guys want, I can show you guys what I'm gonna be doing. I need to improve my productivity, increase my productivity, increase my discipline, find a better sleep schedule, and just all around routines, not just morning night routines, but like my workday routine. So I'm gonna put myself on a strict schedule so that I can get more done, have time to do the research things, because right now I'm just like all over the place. But I think it's because I'm stressed. Like, I just need to get back into a thorough routine. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. If you guys like topic-based videos, it'll be like filmed in like vlog-ish style. Like, I might have some parts that are sit down, but I'm not just gonna do like a sit down video. I just don't prefer those. Somebody had a really good suggestion. I wish I would have screenshot it, but I saw it, and they were like, for topic videos, because I was thinking like, I hate sit down videos. She was like, well, do a vlog style, and I would love that. I've always had that idea, but I don't have a videographer or photographer right now that could just follow me around, right? Like, I would love to do more like, if I did like tips video or something, I was like walking around the city and like in different places, but I need somebody to film me, and I don't have that right now yet, which is why I'm like, do I get a video photographer or do I just get an assistant and they, have the skill set of photography or videography, at least beginner skill set, and then I could train them and we can learn together. But I don't know yet. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know right now in my life, which I don't really like, okay? But, success is on the other side of your comfort zone. So I am definitely not in my comfort zone. Therefore, success. Where are you, success? Where are you? I'm waiting. Let me do a lip and get off y'all ear, because we've been talking for so long. Not this video longer than the vlogs I've been posting. Oh, period. And Miss YSL, my little go-to, my little boo thing. You my little boo thing. The face is sitting. And then I love my little Lawless lip plumping gloss. I used to not really get lip plumping because like my lips are already plump, but my top lip could use a little plump. So I put it on the top. Ooh. Face can never decline. My God. Is that the words? I don't know, but. Ooh. My brows need to be done, but. Not lipstick on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you did enjoy it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I am so excited for the next life update. I might just do these monthly. That's basically what I've been doing. because I feel like things are shifting and changing, and these are nice little check-ins. I do video diaries for my personal self, but these are nice where I can like share with you guys kind of what's going on overall, what's happening in the back end, etc, 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 etc. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. If I rated overall, like life overall, like mental, physical, emotional, I've been on my fitness game, period, but just everything overall, I would say I'm a 7. I'm a 6.5. I'm a 6.57 out of 10. I'm gonna just say a 6 out of 10. I'm feeling a 6 out of 10. That's how I feel overall. Like if I had to give like a grade right now to my life right now in every area. This includes every area. Some areas are higher than others, some areas are lower than others, but I think 6 out of 10. So not horrible. I feel like we're above the 5, we're good. But there are some days I'm like 2. Other days I'm like 8. But most days I'm in the 6. So that's where I'm at. Comment below your overall life rate right now. Like how are you feeling mentally, physically, emotionally? And just like a score. The goal is to get at least to a, you know what? The goal is to get to a 10 by the end of the year. What could bring me to a 10? That's a good journal prompt. What would bring me to a 10? I mean, I'm a 10, but no, just kidding. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, thumbs up, all the things so that we continue to grow on my channel. I love how close we are to 100K. I have a bottle of Prosecco that was gonna pop when I first moved in, but like moving in has been chaotic because I'm still transitioning from Alabama. But when we hit 100K, I want to do a whole photo shoot, but I got the Prosecco. I'm ready. I'm excited. And I'm so grateful for you guys. I love you guys. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. So, love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Oh, if you don't know, I always end my videos with an affirmation. So if you made it this far in the video, comment below, my life isn't over yet. That one brought me to tears. I think so many times we feel like we don't have time, we missed our chance, it's too late, and we're so reflective on the past, which I am too, but there is future ahead. By the grace of God, in Jesus' name, I hope so, and I hope and pray for all of us. So I'm gonna run that back one time for the one time. If you made it this far in the video, comment below, my life isn't over. You know what? My life is not over yet. We still have time, friends. Love you guys.